Hello, congratulations on your retirement. I'm Heather Walrath, an accredited financial counselor with Navy Mutual Aid Association's Education and Veterans Services team. This module will be part 2 in a 3-part series to help you understand the Survivor Benefit Plan. As I mentioned, I am part of Navy Mutual Aid Association. We are the oldest federally recognized veteran service organization in the country. We serve all members of the armed and uniformed services and provide high-quality, affordable life insurance for service members. We also educate the community on matters of personal finance and help veterans and their families secure the benefits that they have earned through their service. Please reach out if we can assist you in any of these ways. This information does not constitute the endorsement of any services by DoD or the Department of Homeland Security. This module is a basic guide and should not be construed as tax advice, financial planning, insurance counseling, or legal counsel. Keep in mind, the programs referenced here may change from time to time. Navy Mutual Education and Veteran Services does not collect information for sales or marketing purposes, nor do we endorse any financial products or institutions. Please take time to pause and read this disclaimer in its entirety. When thinking about possible income sources for your survivor, realize you might have several options. All of these things listed here are potential income sources that could be used together to provide a pretty comprehensive plan. What works best for you? Let's consider a few of these options. What is your spouse's ability to have their own income? I know for many years of my husband's career, I did not work full-time. So the reality is, if he were to pass away, I probably could not get a job that makes the same type of income that he does because I have gaps in my work history. I don't have the same employment experience. Also consider, if you are a veteran and are receiving benefits from the VA, those benefits do not continue for your survivor. If your death is service connected, there is a stipend that is available called Dependents Indemnity Compensation, or DIC, that could be available for your surviving spouse. However, it is a flat rate and likely much less than what you were receiving as a veteran when you were alive. Understanding potential options can help you fill in the gaps and help you truly understand the needs of your survivors. When faced with the SBP decision, many people want to compare the benefit to life insurance. However, they are two different benefits that could be used together. They don't have to be mutually exclusive. There's reasons that you might want to use both. For example, the SBP benefit is only 55% of your retirement pay. That's probably not enough for your survivors. So what would they supplement that with? That could be life insurance, it could be other assets, it could be their own income. Life insurance would be a guaranteed payout for the survivor, but depending when it pays out, there's no guarantee how long that money would last. It's possible the survivors could outlive the life insurance proceeds. Also, there is typically not an inflation protector with life insurance, meaning if you had a life insurance policy of $500,000 and it paid out tomorrow, the value would be about $500,000. However, if that same policy paid out in 20 or 30 years, the value of it is not the same because of inflation. Also, you need to consider, are you insurable? Many people make assumptions about the ability to get life insurance. The reality is, most life insurance providers are going to require some medical underwriting with the application. They'll ask you questions about your health history, medications, any type of diagnosis you may have. Based on how you answer those questions, you might be sent for lab work or for a physical. Then based on the findings of that, they determine if they will give you a policy and how much it will cost. If you have any underlying health conditions that might make it difficult for you to get life insurance, there's no requirement of good health with SBP. Keep in mind, both benefits can be used together. When making the SBP decision, it's really important to understand the value of your benefit. Every benefit is unique because it is based on the service member's retirement. That is based on your years of service and pay grade. So if you're hearing a conversation from another person talking about whether or not they took SBP, and you're basing your decision off of what they did, they might have had a completely different benefit. So the DoD actuary has some great tools to help you understand the value of your benefit based on your retirement. You can visit that site at the link on the bottom, actuary.defense.gov/survivor benefit plans. Let's take a look at one example. Let's look at the top example where it says a $6,000 elected amount. That means at retirement, you chose to cover $6,000 worth of your retirement. The premium on that would be $390 a month for a spouse. So let's assume that you die in 2044. If we follow that across, over those 20 years, you've paid in about $88,000 into the SBP program for your premiums. However, the first year, your spouse would get a benefit of $50,305. Now let's assume that the COLA increase associated with the program gets the benefit up to $51,000 in 2045. Well, before that spouse has even gotten 2 full years of benefits, they've already gotten back all the money that was paid in the premiums. The number on the right, the blue number, is the potential lifetime value of the benefit based on life expectancy. If you go to the actuary calculators, it will explain this a little bit further, but essentially, it's something like if your spouse makes it to age 65, they are statistically likely to live 20 more years, and the value of that benefit over those 20 years would be about $1.1 million. Below, you can see a benefit of $3,000, an elected amount of $3,000. So that is a different benefit, so the value of that benefit is also different. What is the value of your benefit when you're making the decision? Use the actuary calculator to find out and make an informed decision. If you really want to compare SBP to life insurance, I think a fair comparison is to whole life. Now, that being said, of course, term might be absolutely appropriate for your situation. Maybe you're only concerned about the next 20 years, and then you feel like you have other assets at that point that would be sufficient. However, if we're going to compare, whole life is the comparison, because with term, there's the possibility the benefit may never pay out. You may outlive it. So let's compare to whole life, so we're comparing apples and apples. So back a few slides before, we were talking about the value potentially of a $3,000 benefit. That was about $600,000. So let's say that you want to get $500,000 of whole life. Well, for the same age, that policy will probably cost somewhere between $900 and $1,300 a month for that same coverage at age 50. However, the SBP premium was only $195. So again, absolute appropriate reasons for all of these things, but if you're trying to compare, make sure you are comparing appropriate features. Here is another calculator that you can find at the DoD actuary site that helps compare SBP to life insurance. How long would life insurance last versus the SBP benefit? Remember, the SBP benefit will never run out. So let's take a look on the right side at the $6,000 elected amount. That means at the time of retirement, you chose to cover $6,000 of your retirement. In the year 2040, you pass away at the age of 61. You had $500,000 of life insurance in place. If your surviving spouse were to take the same amount out of the life insurance as their SBP benefit every month, by the time that spouse is 73, they've used up all the life insurance money. However, the SBP benefit continues to grow. Now, maybe you say, that's fine. If we can make it to 73, I have other assets that would kick in. However, what if you die in 2030? Again, the life insurance would not last as long. Again, it's important to understand the value of your benefit. If you see on the left-hand side of the screen, that's a $3,000 elected amount. It's a different benefit for the comparison, right? Because the benefit from that monthly is not as high as the benefit would be for the $6,000 elected amount. So please use these calculators to compare and contrast your specific benefits. We do have a class that is about an hour that is designed to cover SBP in its entirety. In that class, we cover everything that's covered in the 3 modules that you're watching just at one time. If you find that would be helpful, please hop into our class the 3rd Friday of every month. No reservation needed, no sign up, you can simply show up. So whichever methods help you to learn the best, to stay informed, that's what we're here to support. Again, we've covered a lot of information. Please make sure to review the additional modules regarding SBP on this site for a more comprehensive overview. SBP is a benefit that can be part of your financial plan for your family. We encourage you to use the available tools and resources to understand the value of your benefit and make the best decision for your family. If you have questions or need assistance using the suggested calculators, please reach out to a member of our team. We're always happy to help.